Hello, this is Hugh, and I am from Too Far Enterprises. And I thought I was going to sleep until I heard this lady asking this young man to his face if he has scared people before because of his black skin. We have learned a lot about Chinese and how they view black people to the point where they would ask black people if their blood was black. So I know this is total ignorance, but let's let scientific means speak to ignorance. His story. And it goes something like this.
The art, science, music, literature, drama, the whole culture, particularly the religion of all the people of Asia can be traced directly to the Africans of Asia. India, Japan, China, just to name a few. Even Afro-American history can be traced directly to the Africans of Asia. I know it sounds strange to you, but the world owes a debt to the Africans of Asia. In the following presentation, you'll find out exactly why. Just give me a few seconds. Your ancestors never intended to let you down. In this book, called The Gods of Northern Buddhism, we find a name, the Asian name of the supreme deity of the universe. His name is Sambo. They say when nothing else was, Sambo was the name of the God of the universe to the people of Asia. And there are many places that carry this name. This is a depiction of Sambo. This is not an African statue. This is from Asia. And many places in Asia are called Sambo Judeja, the land of the descendants of Sambo. Various spellings of the word and the name Sambo can be found throughout Asia. Negas, the divine people of Buddhism. This is a 2nd century depiction of Gautama the Buddha being giving his first bath by the divine people of Buddhism called Negas. A tribe in Asia called Negas, the divine people of all the people of Asia, symbolized throughout Asia by the serpent or the dragon. That is their symbol. The Nega means serpent or dragon, the snake, found at the entrance.
I will cut this off right now. You can see more of this video and Too Far Enterprises, Sambo, Negas, and Southeast Asia. I'm going to go directly to the heart of the matter to actually pull the heart out of this ignorant Asian woman talking to this young black man. Listen.
East Asia was called the Mons, an African tribe. In order to confirm what these people look like, you have to go to the archaeological finds from Davarati, a French archaeological research finding confirming the original inhabitants. There's no depictions preceding these of the original inhabitants of Southeast Asia, the people, the descendants of Sambo, the Asiatic black man. The 7 serpents, or 7 rays of the Negas surrounding his head, represent the cosmic forces.
All right. And from here, we're going to go right here because you need scientific proof. So here's one of your geneticists. I've put this out before, but I'm going to put it out again since some people are too ignorant to listen.
However, there is something that could settle this debate of where the Chinese come from once and for all. I'm meeting Professor Jin Li, one of China's leading geneticists. Recently, he led a project that set out to prove that the Chinese evolved independently from everyone else, from Homo erectus here in China.
before the project started, I was hoping that I could identify or could be able to find the evidence that support independent origin of Chinese in China, because I'm a Chinese and came from China, and through the education process, I always believed that there's something special about Chinese.
He singled out a male genetic marker which only appeared about 80,000 years ago in Africa. So any man who carries that marker must have recent African ancestors and can't be descended from the more ancient Asian Homo erectus. Jin took DNA from over 160 ethnic groups around East Asia. Over 12,000 samples. So, what did you find?
We did not see even one single individual that could be considered as the descendant of the Homo erectus in China. Rather, everybody was a descendant of our ancestors from Africa.
The result couldn't have been any clearer. How did that make you feel as a Chinese person?
After I saw the evidences that we generate in my laboratory, I think we should all be happy with that, because after all, modern humans from different part of the world are not so different from each other, and we are very close relatives.
It's great.
Now, this is a actual, I would say, answer to the question of this young lady asking about a black man scaring people, when she actually comes from a black background, but she is too ignorant to know that. There are many people who do know it. And so I wish that young man would have been armed with this information. Information is power. This comes from the African Diaspora channel. I'd like to address this before I leave. Please watch over your children. A young lady that was on African Diaspora said, they do not see your children as humans. I'm saying this out of love, and I don't wish anything bad on any other parent nowhere under the sun. But please don't allow your children, your black babies, to be alone with them. And you know what they're talking about. For one thing, most people gravitate to people that look like them. No matter if you're the origin of man or not, most people don't have that history and they don't have that knowledge. And if they do have it, they don't want to adhere to it. They don't want to hear it. So how do they teach your children? How do they treat them, teach them? What do you think? But you have to go to find out. If you are the origin of man, but you have been told that you are not anything worthwhile, and all of a sudden the lies are coming out, and it's telling people that everything that they've been digging up has been of African descent. So all the lies we were told about Christopher Columbus and all the other supposedly people on conquerors and everything else, they did nothing but conquer lands that we had already inhabited. The first people came out of Africa and populated the world, and people hate that. They also hate the fact that we have dominant genes, and if you cross your genes with us, you become us. So this is my answer, and I had to get up because I could not let that stand. We have nothing to be ashamed of, and more than a lot to be proud of.